Hello everybody, welcome to another rapid fire round. We're talking about sleep today, so I'm going to cram a whole bunch of information in about 5 minutes. If you want me to expand on any of these things, comment below and I'll hook you up. So getting right into this, let's talk first the basics about sleep, and then we'll slowly move towards more kind of like biohacking solutions. So first and foremost, darkness. Guys, go in your room. Any ambient light needs to be stopped. So black out your windows, and then all those little LEDs on your alarms and your TVs, black tape, put it over that, stop any ambient light. You want your room to be like a cave. Okay, moving on, temperature. A lot of people sleep in like the 74, 76 range of temperature. You want to be down in the 65. So most people sleep best at 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Get as close to that as you can. Moving on. The bedroom is for sleeping, and try to keep it that way. So take all the electronics and other things that you do outside of the bedroom. So whether you're watching TV at night, don't do it laying in bed. Whether you're answering emails in the evening, don't do it laying in bed. This will help your kind of body and brain distinguish that when you're in the bedroom, it is time to get ready to go to bed. Trust me, it works. Moving on to electronics, which is something you should try to remove from the room. Electronics are like the 21st century bane of sleep. So it's a big problem. And the reason is because these electronic devices, cell phone, tablet, computer, TV, they emit blue light. And when the eyes see blue light, they say, oh look, it's the sun. And they suppress your melatonin production. That's not a good thing for sleep. So you want to stop using electronics as early in the night as possible. Now this is so hard to do because everyone needs to use their electronics at 8, 9 o'clock at night. So I would say that the absolute cutoff for electronics should be about 10 o'clock p.m. A better goal to shoot for is about 9 o'clock p.m. There's also a bunch of more solutions to kind of reduce the blue light exposure. So a lot of these cell phones and computers have built-in blue light filters. So like it's like a little app that you just click shield blue light, and it like will turn your screen a little bit more yellow and less blue. So that's a good thing to try. But you can also buy clear sunglasses, indoor sunglasses that will block blue light exposure. So you can throw those on in the evening and then go back to checking emails or whatever you might be doing. So try that. Blue light really does mess with your sleep cycle. So this is something to give a try. Moving on to stress. Stress is the other modern issue with sleep. So everyone's super stressed all the time, and stress, while it doesn't mess with melatonin, it messes with cortisol. So your cortisol should be super, super low in the evening, and that helps you fall asleep. But when you're tossing and you're turning and your mind is racing, that is a signal that you're stressed out and your cortisol level is remaining elevated in the evening. So it's really important to figure out what's stressing you out so much and try to either completely remove it or find ways to reduce the amount of stress that's coming from that significant source. So I'll talk a little bit more about stress in a second. But another thing that has to do with stress is your phone. So, your phone is a great source of stress because it has your emails, it has text messages, all sorts of things. And a lot of people charge their phone right next to their bed. And I understand your alarm is probably on your phone, but it's best to charge your phone across the room for a couple of reasons. One, when you're stressed out and you're tossing and turning, with your phone across the room, it's going to prevent you from rolling over and checking your emails and whatnot. Not only is that causing stress, but it's also blasting your eyes with blue light. So it's like a double whammy. Two, there's some research coming out showing that while cell phone radiation is non-ionizing, meaning it won't directly destroy your DNA and cause cancer, that the non-ionizing radiation coming from cell phones seems to elevate the temperature slightly in certain regions of your head and your brain when it's when you're on your phone and when you're charging your phone next to your bed. So it's best to keep that away from you as much as possible. So charge your phone across the room. That's a great tip in my opinion. Now let's get into kind of the biohacking side of things. So as we mentioned earlier, low temperature is better for sleeping, but actually the delta T, so the change in temperature that you can achieve right before you go to bed, is actually one of the most powerful sleep inducing things. So the bigger the change in temperature, the better you're gonna sleep. So here's something to give a try. Go take a really hot shower for about a couple minutes right before bed. What that's going to do is that's going to vasodilate a lot of your blood vessels, and it's going to force blood from the core of your body into the periphery of your body. Then you're going to hop out of that shower into hopefully a nice cool room. Maybe you got the temperature set at 68, and you're going to start drying off. And you're basically going to be dumping body heat because all that blood is near the surface of your skin. You're going to be dumping body heat. So you're going to get a big change in that temperature from being nice and toasty when you're in the shower to that big dump of temperature when you're drying off. And then I want you to reach over and grab a glass of ice water and 6-8 ounces of ice water right before you go to bed. So that's going to even further plummet your body core temperature, and you're going to get a huge delta T right before bed, and you're gonna feel great, and you are gonna fall asleep like a baby. Try this one. That's probably one of my personal favorites. It really does work. Next, let's talk about if you have significant, much better. If you really think stress is your issue, you can try a supplement. It's called Cortisol Calm by Pure Encapsulations. This is kind of the go-to if stress is your issue. I will link to this product and give you guys a discount in the description. And then if you want a product that is a little more geared specifically towards sleep, you want to get deeper, more regenerative sleep, has a little bit of a calming effect too, I recommend Insomnitol. Again, I will link to this product and give you guys a discount in the description. And last but not least, for the little biohacking tips, is going to be a circadian light. So this is kind of cool because this is actually something you can do in the morning that's going to help you sleep better at night. So this circadian light, it ranges from $30 to $150 on Amazon. I think this one was like 50. You're looking for something that has about 10,000 lux. And what you do with this is you put it and you turn it on in the morning when you're drinking your coffee. First thing in the morning, you want to sit in front of this light for about 30 minutes. What that's going to do is it's going to set your circadian rhythm for the morning, and it's going to make sure that your cortisol and your melatonin productions are kind of correct at that time, which will make them correct at the other end of the day when you're trying to fall asleep. So circadian light is something that I've been using for a couple months now, and I definitely enjoy it. This is absolutely something you want to do in the winter in the northern kind of upper part of the United States. So this is 100%. I live in Florida and I use this essentially year round. So this will help your sleep and it will also help your mood. So try this in the morning, 30 minutes in the morning, 10,000 lux, $30 to $150 on Amazon. So try one of these out. So those are kind of my tips for today. As always, I kind of blasted through this. So if you want me to expand on anything, comment below. Be sure to subscribe. And if you have any, interests, you want me to make a video on something, let me know. I'll definitely do that. Thanks, guys.